Hello there everybody, I'm Mr. GamePie. This is Let's Play Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland Part 5! We'll probably be finishing up the game at this point, because we're near the end of Kirby's Rainbow Resort. Or rather, just Rainbow Resort. Kirby's Rainbow Resort is an awesome internet site about Kirby. Or at least it was. It's kind of ignored these days, unfortunately. Ah yes, I have so many memories with that website. Too bad nobody's really running it at this point. I don't know. I guess I could give it a shot, but I don't really know anything about running a website, so... yeah, no. Still, I could run those cool fan things. There were some really cool fan competitions of who could create things like the best regular enemy, or the best copy ability, or the best mini-boss and stuff. Those were really fun. I entered in quite a few of those back in the day. Like, all of them. Never won, but, you know, made some good stuff. In any case, this level, well, it's not a particularly memorable one. I mean, they've got some interesting things, like the series of rooms with some enemies in it, and in these areas. I believe it also has the most difficult fuse in the game. It'll be coming up here shortly. It has this nice little gimmick of using the bomb blocks to release Gordos out of their various encapturements, allowing you to bypass them in an easier manner. Oh wait, no. The hardest cannon in the game is in the next level, I suppose. And there we go! Oh my, this... Ow! Yeah, that wasn't gonna end well. Let's get the burning ability again. 'Cause why not? We're gonna heat this guy up until he melts. Like the rubber on his body. I remember, I used to make a lot of Kirby comics. And, one of the big story arcs was the Red-Eyed Wheelie, where he, like, took over a bunch of bosses and mini-bosses and stuff and turned them into this huge conglomerate monster. So yeah, that was an interesting room involving, well, utilizing the winds. Ah yes, here's the hardest cannon in the game. I'm not gonna get it. I can't get it. I'm not good enough. I mean, I have gotten it once before, but that was a long time ago. It's also kind of the other cannon that you would recently use laser on. I mean, it is the most long range of the abilities, so it can hit the wick from the furthest distance, and the laser ball is right in there. Anyway, here we have a throwback level to Kirby's Dreamland. If you watched my Let's Play of that game, which was only one episode, so you should totally watch it, is, it's, well, you'll recognize a lot of the areas. It's not a full remake of the game, and in fact, many of the rooms are kind of more compact than their original varieties. But it's a nice little homage to the only game in the series up to this point. Since the original game didn't have any copy abilities at all, most of these rooms have enemies that don't give you copy abilities in them. It's a good thing that this maximum tomato is right here, because by golly, I need it. And 51 lives, gee whiz. Yeah, Kirby games are definitely for beginners. This is no exception. Although, in Extra Mode, there's a reason why they give out lives so generously. It gets kind of tough. Oh, yeah. Explosions in this game are not as evident as they are in Kirby's Dreamland. Like, in Kirby's Dreamland, they lingered around for, like, forever. But, they still do increase the amount of time in which something can harm you. Even just by a little bit. Although Scarfies don't explode in this game, so they're a little bit less dangerous in that regard. here's the space room. I've always loved this room, though I have remembered it for one awkward thing. Namely, these pillars that I'm, like, they're in the background right now. You see that there's some pillars right above them, but there's nothing in between. That's always seemed awkward. It's like there should be pillars in the background right where I'm standing. That's always been a little bit annoying. But in any case, there is one secret in this level. I guess I kind of lied about that in the last level, or the last video. There is a secret in the last level as well as the first one. That is, the first one in this world. Though this is the last regular level in the game. Bam! Alright guys, it's time to go save dreams. DDD, last time I fought you, you basically destroyed 1/3 of the Eat, Sleep, Dream dichotomy. But now, by stealing the Star Rod, you've destroyed the other 2/3, and we can't have that. You might be king, but I don't put up with any of your nonsense. So you're going down, buddy. DDD has learned how to fly since the last game, but that's about it. This is also probably one of the best remixes of DDD's theme ever. It has the fast-paced action of some of the best themes, and the most epic orchestration. You know what I'm trying to say. So in any case, after an awesome DDD battle, it's time for level 8, the Fountain of Dreams. DDD's begging us. What's wrong with you, DDD? No, we're putting the Star Rod back in place. I think you need to chill out over there on the ground. There we go, back in place, just like it should be, and it's darkness. Oh, hamsters, what is going on? And DDD launches us into the sky! It's time for the final battle, with the ultimate weapon. This suddenly appeared at the Fountain of Dreams. Use it in your final battle against the Nightmares. We're fighting the Nightmare Orb. It's an orb, made of stars, and we shoot stars at it. It's the obligatory shooter level in the Kirby game. Basically, all the Kirby games have one. Though sometimes you're not exactly shooting things at people. The exact mechanics tend to change from game to game. But, yeah, this is actually a timed mission. There is a ground at the bottom of this area, and if you take too long, Dark Matter Orb will fly away, and the top of the screen will crush you against the ground. So make sure you beat him before that happens. I always thought that shot was very interesting, the way that they zigzag across each other. This is typically about where I beat him. And at the very bottom, at the last second, you could sort of see a little black tree or something. That indicates that you're very close to the bottom. Alright, Kirby, show us all those flying skills that you've gotten from the first game. In this game. Because he's gonna be shooting a ton of stars at you, man. Alright, you're dodging really good, you're dodging really good. Oh man, oh man, oh! Yeah, that didn't work out well. Alright, this is Nightmare, everybody. He appeared in the anime. In fact, he was the main villain of the anime. Always behind the scenes until the last episode, at which point, Kirby inhaled his Warp Star and obtained the Star Rod ability. Yeah, that's not how it works at all in the games. But in any case, he's not really that hard. He's got a lot of projectiles to shoot at you, and he is invincible for most of the battle. But whenever his little whirlwind body is vulnerable, you just shoot stuff at him. You can also jump into him, since Kirby has like a little spin dash here. He's almost like Sonic the Hedgehog in that way. Also, he decides to be all fancy by going upside down, but that doesn't work out too well for him. And creepy death sequence. He's the Thing of Nightmares. The way that I like to think of Nightmare... Oh yeah, I got 100% complete. is that, basically, the Fountain of Dreams, it stops, well, it gives good people, it gives everybody good dreams. But I think it's more like it filters out all the bad dreams, and after long enough, all the bad dreams will sort of collect together and create a sentient entity, known as, well, Nightmare. I've got a bigger theory on this, but I'll wait until a couple more games to explain more about it. In any case, ultimately, it was just a big misunderstanding between Kirby and DDD. When King DDD hid the Star Rod, the power source of the Fountain of Dreams, he was actually hiding it safely away from the nightmares. Borrowing King DDD's power, Kirby managed to defeat the nightmares. Now that the Star Rod is returned to the fountain, everyone's dreams will return. So fluff up your pillow and get ready for a good night's sleep. And thus, Kirby saves the day. Really, could a Kirby game end any other way? Well, it could in some games. But we'll get to those later. Alright, so, time to look back on the game. Well, this is a game from my childhood, my first Kirby game that I've ever played, and the first Kirby game that I've ever owned. It's what introduced me to Kirby, and I love it. Now, I wouldn't say it's the best Kirby game. No, that's another one. And, well, I wouldn't say that's really my favorite game either. But it's a very solid addition to the series. I think it's a very good remake, although others would say otherwise. And in general, it's a lot of fun to play. If you get a chance to play Kirby's Adventure or Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, go for it. Check it out. Play the game. It's awesome. Now, as for my performance in Let's Play, I think I did very well. I didn't die a whole lot. I played stuff very skilledly, if that's even a word. I mean, I think I just did a very good job in general. It's not like I ever ran into a big portion where, oh man, I don't have anything to say here or anything like that. No, I pretty much had stuff to talk about the entire time, just due to the fact that I have a lot of memories with this game, I've done a lot of research about the game, and I just know stuff about the game. Now, one thing that I remember doing at one point is I kind of memorized or wrote down which copy abilities were used on which bosses in this section here. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to fight these bosses with the abilities that it uses here. And Kirby gets the sleep ability from the red guy. Yeah, don't do that. Aw, oh, man, epic Meta Knight battle. Though, really, in this game, it wasn't actually that epic. I guess that is one thing I never mentioned, is that sliding with the sword causes the sword to go out in front of you. This isn't important in this game, but in some other games, it will allow you to actually damage bosses and mini-bosses with your slide attack, which you can't do normally, by the way. You usually just bounce right off of them. Fighting DDD with the backdrop ability is really hard, okay? And yes, you can now play a new sub-game, Boss Endurance. That's basically just all the bosses in a row. I won't be showing that off, but it's a nice little thing to note. And thus, with that said, my Let's Play of Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland has come to a close. I've been Mr. Game & Pie, and you all stay sufficiently awesome.